Happy Sabbath everyone. I'm going to be sharing a story about how a man finally understood God's kind heart towards mankind. There was once a man who did not believe in the virgin birth of Jesus Christ. He was raised a Christian but was not a believing nor practicing Christian. He and his family lived in a farm community. His wife was a believer and diligently raised her children in the faith. He sometimes gave her a hard time about her beliefs and mocked her religious views. It's all nonsense. Why would God lower himself and become a human like us? It's such a ridiculous story, he said. One snowy day, she and the children left the church while he stayed at home. After they had departed, the winds grew stronger and the snow turned into a blinding snowstorm. He sat down to relax with a cup of coffee in front of the fire. He picked up the TV remote and started scanning the channels. Then he heard a loud thump, something hitting against the window. He looked outside but could not see anything, so he ventured outside for a better view. In the field near his house, he saw all the strangest things, a flock of geese. They were apparently flying to look for a warmer area down south, but they had been caught in the snowstorm. The storm had become too blinding and violent for the geese to fly or see their way. They were stranded on his farm with no food or shelter, unable to do anything but flutter their wings and flame in aimless circles. He had compassion for them and wanted to help them. He thought to himself, the barn would be a great place for them to stay. It is warm, safe, and surely they could spend the night out and wait for the storm. So he opened the barn for them. He waited, watching them, hoping they would notice the open barn and go inside. Nevertheless, they did not notice the barn or realize what it could mean for them. He moved closer towards them to get their attention, but they moved away in fear. He went into the barn and came back with some bread. He broke it up and made a trail to the barn. They did not catch on. Starting to get frustrated, he went out and tried to shoo them towards the barn. They panicked and scattered into every direction except towards the barn. Nothing he could do could get them to go into the barn, where they were warm, safe, and had shelter. Feeling totally frustrated, he exclaimed, "Why don't they follow me? Can't they see this is the only place where they can survive the storm? How can I possibly get them into one place to save them?" He thought for a moment and realized that they would not just follow a human. He said to himself, how could I possibly save them? If only I became like one of them, then I could save them. They would follow me and I would lead them to safety. At that moment he stopped and considered what he had said. The words echoed in his mind. If only I would be like one of them, I could only save them. Then at last he understood God's heart towards mankind as he fell on his knees in the snow. This Easter we remind ourselves how Jesus came to this earth as a baby to be like one of us and die for our sins, to build a bridge between humanity and God. Have a safe and happy Easter.